Hey there, time travelers. Ever had one of those moments where you wished everything would just stop? Maybe during an embarrassing situation, or when you're having the time of your life. Well, today we're diving deep into a question that's fascinated philosophers, scientists, and dreamers for centuries. What if time actually stopped? But before we freeze time, hit that subscribe button and join our community of curious minds. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Imagine this. You're going about your day, maybe sipping your morning coffee or scrolling through your phone, when suddenly everything stops. And I mean everything. The steam rising from your cup freezes in midair. The birds outside your window hang motionless like decorations. Even the photons of light stop their endless dance through space. Sounds amazing, right? But here's where things get weird. And I mean really weird. First mind-blowing fact. If time truly stopped, you wouldn't be able to see anything. Why? Because light itself would stop moving. Those photons that normally bounce off objects and hit your retina, they'd be frozen in space like tiny suspended diamonds. Your world would become instantly, completely dark. But wait, it gets even stranger. You might think you could just walk around in this frozen world, exploring everything at your leisure. But here's the catch. And this is where physics starts to break down. Movement itself requires time. To move from point A to point B, you need time to pass. Without time, there can be no motion. No motion means no neural activity in your brain, no blood flowing through your veins, no electrical signals in your muscles. Here's something that'll blow your mind. Time and space aren't actually separate things. Einstein showed us they're part of the same fabric, space-time. It's like a cosmic sheet that everything in the universe sits on. If you stop time, you're essentially trying to tear space and time apart, which is like trying to separate the wetness from water. It just doesn't work that way. But let's get philosophical for a moment. What would this frozen moment mean for consciousness? For existence itself? Think about it, our entire understanding of reality is based on change. Our memories are changes in our brain chemistry. Our thoughts are neurons firing in sequence. Our very consciousness might be impossible without time's forward march. In a timeless world, would you even know you exist? Here's another mind-bending fact. Some physicists theorize that time might not be as fundamental as we think. At the smallest scales of reality, in the quantum realm, time might behave very differently than we experience it. There's even a theory called the Wheeler-DeWitt equation that suggests time might be an illusion created by our consciousness. But let's get practical for a moment. What would actually happen to our world if time stopped? Here's a breakdown that might surprise you. The atmosphere would become solid as steel. Why? Because air molecules would stop moving, and it's their movement that keeps air fluid. You'd be instantly trapped in an unbreakable shell of frozen air molecules. The temperature would become meaningless. Temperature is just a measure of how fast particles are moving. No movement, no temperature. Chemical reactions would cease. Your body's cells would stop metabolizing. Rust would stop forming. Plants would stop growing. The entire chemistry of life would pause mid-reaction. Now, here's where it gets really interesting and slightly terrifying. The Earth rotates at about 1,037 miles per hour at the equator. It also orbits the Sun at about 67,000 miles per hour. If time stopped instantly, would momentum be preserved? If it wasn't, the sudden stop would be, well, let's just say it wouldn't be pretty. But here's something beautiful to consider. Maybe we don't need to stop time to appreciate its mysteries. Maybe time's constant flow is exactly what makes life meaningful. Every moment is unique, precious, and unrepeatable. The fact that time moves forward gives us the opportunity to grow, learn, love, and create. Here's a mind-blowing perspective. Every moment of your life is like a unique snowflake in the blizzard of existence. No two moments are exactly alike, and once they're gone forever. But instead of making us sad, this should make us appreciate each moment more deeply. Think about this. You are literally traveling through time right now at the rate of 1 second per second. You're a time traveler. We all are. And while we can't stop time, we can choose how we use it. So here's my challenge to you, my call to action. Instead of wishing you could stop time, start using it more intentionally. Next time you're with loved ones, put down your phone. When you're pursuing your dreams, give it your all. When you're resting, rest fully. Don't just exist in time, dance with it. And speaking of using time wisely, here's something that might interest you. Studies show that people who practice mindfulness and live in the present moment report higher levels of happiness and satisfaction. You don't need to stop time to make the most of it. Before we wrap up, here's one final thought that might change how you see your life. Every single moment you experience is unique in the entire history of the universe. No one has ever experienced it quite like you do, and no one ever will again. That makes you not just a time traveler, but a collector of moments that are uniquely yours. If you enjoyed this mind-bending journey through the nature of time, don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who needs a new perspective on time. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell to join us on more adventures through the mysteries of our universe. And remember, time never stops, but that's exactly what makes it precious. Use it wisely, use it well, and make every moment count. What impossible question should we explore next? Let me know in the comments below.